Welcome back to another episode of Success Blueprints, where we dive deep into the secrets of success, growth, and influence. Today's episode is all about one of the most powerful skills you can have in both business and life: influence. Specifically, we're discussing how to ethically persuade anyone, anywhere. This isn't about manipulation or pressure. This is about mastering the art of influence in a way that aligns with your values, boosts your success, and fosters genuine relationships. I'm Max, and I'm here with my co host, Sarah.
Hey everyone, I'm super excited about this episode. Influence is something that, whether we realize it or not, plays a massive role in every interaction we have. Whether you're negotiating with a client, trying to motivate your team, or simply building rapport with someone, the ability to persuade and influence is key. But how do we do it in a way that's ethical and authentic? That's exactly what we're diving into today, with some surprising insights from the science behind influence and persuasion.
That's right, Sarah. The first thing to realize is that persuasion isn't about tricking people into doing something they don't want to do. It's about aligning your goals with theirs and finding ways to create a mutual benefit. When you look at it from this perspective, influence becomes a skill for building trust, solving problems, and helping others achieve their own goals. And who better to start with than Robert Cialdini, the godfather of persuasion? His 6 principles of influence are a fantastic foundation.
Absolutely. Cialdini's 6 principles: reciprocity, commitment, social proof, authority, liking, and scarcity are like the building blocks of ethical influence. Let's break each of them down.
Let's start with reciprocity. This principle is rooted in the idea that humans naturally feel obligated to return favors. This is why it's so important to give before you ask. Imagine you're a salesperson who offers something of value for free, like a helpful resource, a consultation, or even just valuable information. That person is much more likely to want to reciprocate by doing business with you later. It's not about trickery, it's simply human nature at play.
Exactly, Max. But it's also important to note that reciprocity only works when it's genuine. If you offer something expecting something in return, it feels inauthentic, and people will sense that. The idea is to genuinely give without any strings attached. That's the key to long term ethical persuasion.
Now let's talk about commitment. The principle of commitment suggests that once someone commits to something, they're much more likely to follow through. This is why asking people to make small commitments first can lead to bigger ones down the road. Think of it as the foot in the door technique. For example, in sales, instead of asking for the big purchase right away, you might ask the customer to take a small action first, like signing up for a free trial or subscribing to a newsletter. Once they've made that commitment, they're more likely to continue down that path.
Commitment is incredibly powerful because it taps into our desire for consistency. We want to align our actions with our beliefs and values, so once someone has publicly committed to something, whether it's a cause, a product, or a service, they feel a sense of accountability to stick to it. It's why public pledges or declarations often lead to greater follow through.
Next, we have social proof. This principle is based on the idea that people tend to follow the actions of others, especially in uncertain situations. Social proof is why online reviews, testimonials, and case studies are so effective. If someone sees that others have had a positive experience with a product, service, or idea, they're more likely to trust it themselves. But this doesn't mean you should fake reviews or create false testimonials. That would undermine the ethical aspect of influence. Instead, you want to showcase genuine success stories and feedback from people who have truly benefited from what you offer.
And social proof doesn't just work in business, it's everywhere. Think about when you're at a crowded restaurant and you see a line out the door. Your brain instantly assumes it must be good, and you're more likely to join that line. Or when you see a celebrity endorse a product, that endorsement acts as social proof that the product is worth your attention. Social proof taps into our herd mentality, our instinct to follow what others are doing because we assume they must know something we don't.
Now, let's touch on authority. People are much more likely to trust and follow someone who is perceived as an authority in their field. This is why professionals like doctors, lawyers, and other experts carry so much influence because they've built a reputation of knowledge and trustworthiness. But authority doesn't always have to come from formal titles. You can establish authority in your field by consistently sharing valuable knowledge, being transparent, and demonstrating your expertise.
Right, Max. And in today's world, authority is also built through personal branding. When you position yourself as a thought leader in your niche, whether it's through content creation, speaking, or delivering valuable insights, you start to become the go to person people turn to for advice. That's how you build a strong, ethical influence that people respect.
The next principle is liking. This one is pretty straightforward. People are more likely to say yes to those they like. It's why rapport building is so important in business and sales. If someone likes you, they're far more likely to trust you, listen to your ideas, and ultimately take action. But liking isn't just about being friendly, it's about finding common ground, showing empathy, and genuinely caring about others. When people feel that you have their best interests at heart, they'll be more open to your influence.
And liking can also come from similarity. We tend to trust people who share similar values, interests, or experiences. This is why in sales, for example, salespeople who can identify with the customer's pain points or values are far more successful in building rapport and driving sales. It's not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about finding genuine common ground and leveraging that connection.
Finally, we have scarcity. This principle is based on the idea that people value things more when they perceive them as scarce or limited. This is why limited time offers, exclusive deals, and VIP access tend to drive sales. People don't want to miss out on an opportunity, and scarcity taps into that fear of missing out, also known as FOMO.
But again, the key is to use scarcity ethically. Don't create false scarcity just to get a quick sale. If you're offering something limited, make sure there's actually a reason for it. Whether it's a limited time promotion or a limited quantity, the scarcity should be real. This adds value to your offer and makes people feel like they're getting something exclusive, which increases their likelihood of acting on it.
Now, let's talk about how to apply these principles in real life. Let's say you're in a negotiation or trying to persuade someone in a business context. A great place to start is by understanding their needs and values. Once you've built that understanding, you can begin to apply the principles of influence. For example, if you're negotiating a deal, you can use reciprocity by offering something of value up front, like valuable insight, a discount, or an added service.
And then you can build commitment by asking the person to take a small step forward. Maybe they agree to a trial period or they make a small purchase. Once they've committed, it becomes easier to get them to commit to something larger. You can also tap into social proof by sharing testimonials or examples of how others have benefited from the same deal you're offering.
Exactly. And you can increase liking by building rapport and finding common ground. Show that you're listening and that you genuinely care about their success. If you do this well, you'll build a relationship based on trust and mutual respect.
That's the key to ethical persuasion, isn't it? It's about building genuine, long term relationships, not manipulating or pushing people into decisions. When you use these principles in an ethical way, they help you build trust, deliver value, and create win win situations.
Right. At the end of the day, influence isn't about getting people to do things for your benefit. It's about helping people make decisions that will improve their lives, while also benefiting you in the process. The power of ethical influence lies in creating alignment between your goals and the goals of the people you're working with.
And that's where the true magic happens. By mastering these principles, you can become someone who's not just persuasive, but someone who inspires others, builds trust, and drives success, both for yourself and for those around you.
That's a wrap for today's episode of Success Blueprints. We hope you've enjoyed learning about the science of influence and how to ethically persuade anyone, anywhere. Be sure to apply these principles in your own life and see how they can help you achieve greater success.
And if you liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with others who might benefit from it. We'll be back soon with more valuable insights to help you unlock your full potential. Until next time, take care and start mastering the art of ethical persuasion.